Hey guys, it's Ronnie, and again, I am at KimuraCon because, that's where you have to be. And sitting right next to me is an incredible actor known as Brina Palencia.
Oh my god, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for meeting with me. If you guys don't know, Minoru.
Minoru
No,
Mineta.
I always screw them up. I watch this so religiously and I still screw them up all the time. On My Hero Academia, you were in Borderlands, you were...
Black Butler.
Yeah.
Spice and Wolf, which is like crazy popular here, which I'm not used to. Usually it's just like, a small percentage of people that I meet in like the autograph lines and stuff, but it's like I ran out of holo prints. Like that's never happened before.
Wow, really?
Yeah, it's wild. There's a lot of holo fans here, which I love because that's one of my favorite shows, and like I feel like not enough people watch it.
We like being different.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, guys, you've even done what, Dragon Ball?
Yeah.
I got a list here. One Piece. Oh, Fairy Tale.
Yes. Yeah.
So I gotta ask the age-old question, which I'm sure you've heard a million times, but what made you decide to become a voice actor?
Well, okay, so I was a really big Dragon Ball Z fan growing up. Like in high school, there's like a group of friends that we would always, after school, watch Dragon Ball Z together at who is now my husband's house. My husband and I's first kiss was actually watching Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, nice.
We were high school sweethearts. We're really cute. It's whatever. But we were lucky enough that we lived in Texas, and so one of our classmates actually knew, like their dad was friends with one of the producers at Funimation or something. So we got to take a tour when I was in high school, and I remember watching Chris Sabat record in the booth. He was recording Piccolo, which is my favorite character. And I just remember watching him and just thinking, I want to do that. I really want to do that. And I kind of forgot about it. But I did theater and everything throughout high school. And then when I graduated, I ended up going to community college. And my school was really close to the studio where Funimation was. And so I was lucky enough to get an audition, and I wasn't very good, but I guess they saw potential in me. And so I did like Walla, which is like, this is what they call whenever you have like a group of people in the booth together, and it's like a crowd scene or something, and like they have to have people like record like murmuring in the background essentially. So I did that and like little small bit parts for like 2 years, and then the first feature character I had was Nina Tucker in Fullmetal Alchemist. And then I just got more and more stuff after that, and Colleen Klinkenbeard kind of took me under her wing, and she like hired me to direct for her, and like it was like, and then I started doing music directing, and so it just kind of took off from there. But I had always wanted to do acting and music, and I honestly, it just happened that I got into anime just because I lived in Texas. Like that was just the very lucky thing that it wouldn't even have been on my radar otherwise.
Nice. I'm starting to think I need to move back to Texas.
Is that where you're from?
I was born, in Corpus Christi. So.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
wow.
it's like, it's amazing. It's like we were discussing with some of the actors here that it's just like it's the Hollywood for voice acting.
Yeah,
most of the major companies for
totally
voice acting.
wild.
There,
Yeah. It's not what you would expect. Well, and also like most people that live in like Dallas Fort Worth, like they have no idea that Funimation is there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Like when I tell people what I do, they're like, "Oh, do you go to LA for that?" And I'm like, sometimes, but actually, the largest dubbing house in the United States is right here in Flower Mound.
So what was it like when you got that first, from Fullmetal Alchemist, when you first got that, moving from, additional voices, scenes and stuff to being a lead character?
It was terrifying.
Yeah.
It was really terrifying and exciting, And the thing is that the hardest thing to get used to as a new actor, I think, is understanding that rejection is the majority of your life. And I don't even say that to be funny, it's just true. You have to do so many auditions before any of them hit. Even whenever you're good, I still audition significantly more than I book. And I actually have to, I always need to thank Sunny Strait, because I remember I had auditioned countless times at Funimation and I just never got anything. And I remember going into audition for, I don't even remember what it was. I think it might have been Galaxy Railways or something. Really old, it was old. And Sunny Strait was running the auditions, and I remember thinking in my head, I was like, man, if I don't get something in this show, I am just not meant to do this. Like, I'm just not good at this. I shouldn't do it. And I remember him, after my audition, pulling me aside and saying, you know, I'm not technically casting this show, but I just want to let you know that you're really good. And even if you don't get something in this show, you should keep trying. And I was like, okay. And I kept trying, and I had a bajillion auditions after that, but I just like that's what kept me going. Like if Sunny had not have pulled me aside, I would have totally quit. And like, thank God I didn't. I kept going and kept going and kept going, and then eventually Nina Tucker happened, and then from there, so many more things. So yeah.
Nice.
It's so much rejection.
It's always, it's always to find someone to give you that word of encouragement.
Yeah, and I didn't even know Sunny at the time. It was like the first time I had met him, and he was just kind enough to take that moment to tell me that. And like, here I am now.
So I'm always curious with voice actors, because you basically, most of the time, you go into a booth and you sit there and you're usually not with anyone else. You just, you word in your lines. You ever just sit there and you go through the script and you word it, and then later you see the show and you're just like, wow, that was not what I was expecting to happen.
That happens more in video games, because in anime you at least you watch the scene, so you know like how it's gonna look. But there are times that I'll do stuff in video games, and I imagine it's the same with like any sort of like Western cartoon that's not animated yet. But I haven't gone to do any of those. So because with video games, I don't know what it's going to look like. There are a lot of times that like I'll record something and then I'll actually see the scene animated, and I'm like, oh, we're like on a battlefield. Like I didn't know what. Like there'll be so like little elements that it's just like, oh, that's why they were having me do it that way. Okay, I get it now.
Okay. Has there ever been a time where you after you finally see it up there and on screen, you're just like, oh,
yes,
I don't like that. Really?
Absolutely, all the time, yeah.
Any particular?
Well, I don't like to call anything out in particular just because, like, I like to work, so I don't want to be like, this director made the worst choice. Yeah. So, no, that happens all the time. And to be honest, though, like, a lot of times it's just, like, you as an actor being mean to yourself. Essentially, we're all too critical of ourselves. Yeah. And so that happened a lot more often in the beginning of my career, because I would like, you watch a performance just like, oh God, I shouldn't have done that, and you get embarrassed kind of hearing yourself. But the older I've gotten, and also just for the fact that I've gotten to direct myself in a lot of stuff, you get used to hearing yourself. And also like, another thing that I've learned is you as the actor you just don't know the show as well as the director. Even if you've seen the entire show and you're the biggest fan in the world of the show, you still don't know it the way the director does, because you don't know how they're going to get the other person to perform it and whatever. And so, especially in the booth, I try not to be judgmental of choices, because I don't know what's going on in the same way that they do. And I learned that best doing a show called Moonface, because my character in that, like, she's one of those, like, talk, and she's like, terrified of everything. And I hated that character. I was just like, oh my God, get over it, grow a spine. And like, but then I ended up directing the show, like the last 6 episodes, I think. And it was one of the first things that I got to direct. And once I saw her in the context of the show and understood her purpose, then it was like, oh, she's great. She makes sense, like in the context of the show. It's like, you're not the only thing in the show. We get like stuck in tunnel vision of like just our character, which is our job, but also like you don't know what you're doing.
Right, it's just one brush stroke of the entire painting.
Exactly, that's exactly right.
Yeah. So it's a question I'm probably going to ask everyone. This is one I'm really curious, because I know that a lot of you will get roles, but you won't even know sometimes. They'll just go like, hey, we need you to come in and do this, and
Yeah.
you find out when you get there. So ever been one of those roles where they like hand it to you and you're just like, no, I'm not doing this.
No.
No, not yet?
No, not yet. Thankfully.
Let's hope not ever.
Yeah. Typically, the studios that I work for are really good at warning us if it's something that has like material that could be objectionable.
Okay.
So I have not had that yet.
Yeah.
I will say that whenever I got cast as Mad Moxxi, I didn't believe it, because I was like, that Moxxi was the first sexy character I ever played, and before Mad Moxxi, the only characters I had played were like little boys and creatures, and like I just never saw myself that way. And so when my agent was like, oh yeah, Gearbox wants you to come in, and I was like, oh my gosh, what role did I get? And they were like, you got Mad Moxxi, and I was like, nah, that's not. That's inaccurate. They told you the wrong thing. It's obviously for something else. And so whenever I got into the studio, I was like, cool, what am I doing? And they were like, didn't your agent tell you you're playing Mad Moxxi? And I was like, yeah, right. And then like we recorded, and the whole time I was like, they are absolutely recasting me. There's no way they're gonna let me do this role. And I mean, thank God they liked me for some reason. I don't know why. Like for the first several years of playing Moxxi, I felt like a little girl playing dress up in my mommy's heels. Like I just felt like I was doing everything wrong. I finally feel confident in that character, but it took so long to get there.
Nice.
And I'm glad that they stuck it out with me.
So, is there anything we're gonna see you in soon that we don't know about
Well, we
yet?
all do it. We started back up again on One Piece, which I'm super excited about. Obviously, Borderlands 3 is out. If there are any VR fans, Westworld Awakening, I'm the lead character in that, and it's one of my favorite roles I've ever gotten to play. If you're a fan of the show Westworld, then like you will love it. It's one of my favorite shows of all time. And
I haven't
like
tried it yet. And I like
you
to
get-
wait till everything gets 2 seasons first, because everything
Oh,
gets so
okay.
canceled so quick these
that's
days.
true, yeah. That's true. But honestly, it's worth watching even at this point. Even if the last season is crap, it's just the first 2 are so gorgeous. Like it's so worth it. But yeah, anyone who's a fan of the show, you get to like actually be immersed in the show, and you get to play as one of the hosts, which is me. And it's really, there's a lot of horror elements to it as well. It's legit terrifying if you're
Nice.
into that. So yeah,
Okay,
it's really
nice.
fun.
That sounds
Mhm.
fun. Excellent.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, is there a role out there that you haven't done yet, or that that you're just hoping one day that like, hey, here, and you're like, oh my god!
I mean, I've been
That
so lucky to get to play so many different types of roles. I've never played like, and I'm sure it sounds boring to the average person, but I guess I haven't really played many like normal moms. Like Moxie's technically a mom, but like she's
She's not
like
really normal.
Like, and I am actually a mom now. So I guess it would be kind of interesting to just play like a normal woman. It would
That's
be,
so
like it's just like a slice of life. Like I'm just a normal woman. I don't think I've done that before. I played like younger, like teenage girls, that are normal, that are very slice of life, which I love, and I've played boys that are normal, I think, but I don't think I've played a normal woman. I don't think, like not to my recollection, like I can't think of any.
From my knowledge of your, I
Not
can't
any
think of
well-known,
anything.
yeah, not any well-known ones. Because, like, I mean, Holo's pretty normal, but she's also a wolf goddess.
Yeah.
So that's like not
Not really normal either.
Yeah, the ones that pop up, I'm like, it's not really that normal. Yeah, so I don't know, that would be interesting to just play a normal woman.
You just be normal.
Just a normal woman.
She's obviously not from Portland, can you tell? We keep it weird. You've done a lot of different voices.
Yeah,
Do
yeah.
you have a favorite one?
People ask me that all the time, and my favorite is being able to play so many different characters. I would get super bored if I was just doing one type all the time, but getting to dive into all those different worlds and all those different headspaces, that's what makes my job so fun.
I meant vocally.
Yeah, that's what I mean too.
You don't have like a normal, like, when you're doing this, or, anything?
Oh, I guess my favorite thing, if you're just talking technically and not like as far as like the character, I would my favorite is just to talk like myself, because that's the least painful and it's the easiest to do. So if I'm just talking on the mic, that's always lovely.
Oh, that's awesome. That's probably going to be the best answer for that question ever. I love it.
The laziest answer, I'm sure.
But it's different. It's true, and it's you never get to be just you.
Yeah.
Once in a while, you just want to be you.
Sometimes I just want to talk, guys.
Right. Can I just use my voice right now?
Yeah, that'd be great. Toka's that way, I would say, but also still not a normal person. She eats people.
What's normal anymore?
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you so much for
Thank
talking about this. I really do
This was
appreciate
delightful.
it. Yes,
Yeah.
it was. It was fun. So make sure you guys go check out almost everything there is that has been dubbed in anime, because she's probably in it. I'm pretty sure if you go on her IMDb, it's close to 300.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's not even all of it.
And you've been in the business how long?
Almost 20 years.
Has it been that long?
It's been, how old am I? Are you good at math?
Depending.
So how old am I? I'm 35, and I started when I was 18. So that means 17 years, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm better at math than I thought. Yeah, so 17 years, almost 20
Wow.
years. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, we have enjoyed it.
Thanks, me too.
Thank you. All right, guys. So we're going to go back and enjoy Kimura-con, and she's going to go make some fans happy, and we're going to see you guys next time. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.